Let's move over to Europe now. President Jacob Zuma has led a delegation to attend the South Africa-EU summit that's taking place in Brussels. Now, the summit is expected to strengthen ties between South Africa and the EU. Now, for the latest, on the first day of the summit, we're joined on the line by CNBC reporter Julia Chatterley. Julia, thank you so much for joining us. First up, I suppose this summit comes on the back of the fact that we've got European growth slowing down. It continues to be under pressure. Europe accounts for 26% of South Africa's trade, so a very important trading partner for South Africa. And then you've also had the international perception, negative perception of how South Africa has handled the mining violence and all that's taken place in the mining sector. So from your perspective, how have those two factors shaped the agenda for the summit this time around?
Well, I think you're absolutely right. I think as much as from an international community perspective, we're very interested in what's going on, particularly in the mining sector, there was certainly a sense here that given the importance of the exports from South Africa to the EU, they wanted to understand just how the Europeans are addressing the crisis there. And that was certainly a key topic at the press conference I just attended. But, you know, the focus did keep coming back to the ongoing strikes in the country. And that was actually a question that I asked President Zuma about the investors' perception of the country in light of what's happening and what message he had for the investment community. And he was very concise about it. He said that they're in control of the situation, that the shootings that we saw at Marikana were an isolated incident. He also actually highlighted the speed at which they responded and that investors or the international community should take heart from that. I thought that was kind of an interesting point to make, given that we're now 6 weeks down the line, and the latest news today, of course, from London is that they're talking about giving workers a bonus while the negotiation is ongoing. So there's certainly a sense from the international community that we don't really have a solution in sight.
Yeah.
And traders that I've spoken to over the last couple of days have said, you know, dollar rand itself has held in pretty well, also the bond market too, and that's to a certain degree to do with Citi including them in the World Bond Index from next month. So they'll continue to watch those things to see if we see any sort of feed through into the currency markets or into the bond markets, particularly given the sort of political implications perhaps of the union activity right now. Yeah. Other talk, of course, at the conference focused on South Africa's openness to investment in areas like water, transport and electricity. And actually, President Zuma did point out that further work needs to be done to ensure EU market access for the Southern African nations. So it really was a mixed bag.
Yeah, Julia, thank you so much for that update. Thanks for covering that for us on that end. Julia Chatterley, CNBC reporter in Brussels, covering the South Africa-EU summit, which started today.